Today, I'd like to introduce you to 5 hazards we have managed to mitigate from well test flare boom operations. Hazard number 1. The rig cooling system's delivery hose that impacts 75% of the flare boom walkway. Hazard number 2. The rig cooling system base plate that prevents safe ingress and egress for the well test operator. Hazard number 3. The rig cooling system vertical stanchion which has been struck by crane loads between flaring operations. Hazard number 4. The deluge nozzle prone to blocking which has no fire safety certification. Hazard number 5. The riding basket used during non-productive time for when the deluge nozzle blocks. All of these hazards have been mitigated, along with the crane activities used to introduce them to the flare boom operations. Once the operator negotiates their way down the flare boom, risking a slip, a trip or a fall, they must then remove or install the hazard that is the delivery hose. As you can see here, you now have 2 operators put in harm's way by using a system that requires crane operations for its rig up, its rig down, or basic service and maintenance. These operations are conducted over 100 feet above open water, where the risk of being struck by the load or pinching fingers is high. As you can see here, good communication is important, and this can be difficult when the crane is not positioned directly in front of the lift. On some occasions, the cooling companies pre-install the base plate, which adds additional risks to the pinching of fingers when introducing the gasket and connecting the 2 4-inch flanges. Try doing this operation on a semi-sub or any type of floating vessel and you may lose a finger or 2. Again, we note communication with the crane operator is paramount during this operation. We should also remember at this point, the crane operator and his team have been taken away from their regular duties to help introduce these hazards and risks. We now have the ability to mitigate these hazards by introducing a safety innovation that has been developed through first-hand experience of dealing with these hazards and their associated risks. A clear walkway leading to the working platform allows for safe ingress and egress for the well test operators. You can see here that by removing 2 pins, the boom system can be moved from the vertical operational position to the horizontal stored position without the aid of the crane and its associated crew. Putting the system in the horizontal position will mitigate the stanchion from the risk of being struck by a crane load in between flaring operations. The Rig Deluge RD44 is very unique as it is fully rotational both vertically and horizontally, allowing for safe storage and maintenance in the safe confinements between the flare boom handrails. As you can see here, we have not only mitigated crane operations, but we have also reduced the personnel required to be on the flare boom during these activities. In preparation for flaring operations to commence, the operator can simply swing the system outboard and then up into the vertical operational position. In a fraction of the time, it would take the crane and its crew to install the old-style system, or to conduct riding basket operations in the event of a blocked nozzle or simple general service and maintenance. It really is this simple to mitigate so many hazards and reduce the associated risks to make for a safer working environment for everyone involved in your well test operations. Here you can see the Rig Deluge RD44 offshore during well test operations, mitigating the requirement for crane operations and being positioned from the inboard horizontal position to the outboard vertical position, ready for flaring operations to commence. This has been achieved through 20 years of problems encountered and lessons learned being recognised in an engineered safety innovation developed by Rig Deluge.